to do this like a brush haircut, like Arnold had. I didn't cut my hair because they said 2 months, I think, or like a month and a half prior me coming to set, they said, don't cut your hair, don't do anything. So I'm coming to the hair makeup trailer, and girls, they're getting all of this information from Duffers, right? Yes.
I think that's what they sent me. They were like, they had these pictures from like Terminator, and they were like, right. Why didn't you make, this is what we want.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Can't complain.
Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while, yes, I agree.
You were in season 3?
Yep.
Yeah.
2018 we shot, right?
I know those first seasons went faster than what we're doing now.
Oh yeah. Well, now it's like, COVID and then strikes and then
yes, so much. And just we just finished the last season in December.
Yeah, I know, because I did in Atlanta, I did the Stranger Things con, and it was I believe it was last I want to say spring, somewhere spring, March maybe. So I saw everybody.
No, you didn't see me. Where were you? You should have come to set.
Yeah, I know, but it was I don't think, like with Netflix you have to pre-arrange everything and all that stuff. So it was such a, I mean, I knew about Stranger Things con for a while before I went there, but like arranging everything. But I saw everybody.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good. Andrew, tell me about what you did on Stranger Things. Who did you play on Stranger Things?
I played KGB operative named Grigori, main villain on the season 3.
How much do you remember? Do you remember?
I remember everything. Actually, yeah, I remember everything.
Who was the first people you met after you landed in Atlanta?
So I got to the hotel, and then they took me to the studio, and first person I met was Amy Paris, because she was a costume designer. So I went straight there, and we tried like multiple different outfits, and going back and forth, and what I like, what she likes. We had those conversations. Took a few hours. At that point, it was so many different wardrobe styles she wanted me to try, and even like leaving her office, I didn't know what my outfit will be.
Right. So she took photos of all the different outfits.
Oh yeah. As far as I remember, I tried probably like at least 10 different outfits, different combination. She wanted to try shoes and jackets and t-shirts and pants and different.
I mean, then she also goes in and like get it fitted to you, right? So it's like,
yes.
You have the measurements and everything when you show up, but then they go and tailor it afterwards.
Yes. She had it was actually this like big like a mobile home kind of thing on the studio lot, and like when you're going in, it's a whole facility where I remember like 2 or 3 girls were like working on different outfits, and it was like like this manufacturing thing, where they making the dresses and suits and things like that. And then you go through another door, and that was kind of like sort of like changing / office space, and that's where we did everything.
When did you meet Matt and Ross?
First day on set.
Oh, you first
Yep. Yep.
met them
First day on
ready to
set.
go.
We filmed in that fancy Italian restaurant.
I remember.
Yeah.
that
I've
thing.
been told it's very good. Like, and
Yeah.
it's been established a long time ago. It's very like, really authentic Italian cuisine. And so they filmed. I think the first scene they filmed, it was like not night shoot but evening kind of shoot. And they filmed David and Winona doing like dining there and all that scene stuff. And I came and I went through, and then like behind in the restaurant, Duffers were watching monitors and stuff like that. So I went there, and they're like, oh. So we started to talk, and they like, listen, we like, because the audition for my part was also like through around the world, everywhere. They auditioned everywhere, Europe, Canada, South America, everywhere. And Carmen Cuba got like, I don't know, thousands of audition tapes. And Duffers told me she sent them like 300, I think. 300 tapes. Out of those thousands tapes she watched, she selected these 300 tapes and sent to Duffers. And so they telling me like, they like, okay, so we're on the couch and we like the TV on the wall, and we sit on the couch and we start watching the tapes. Two of them, like nobody's there, right? And they like, we're watching, and your tape came up, and we're like, this is the guy. We wanted this dude. And I was the first, I think the first idea that the character I was playing, he didn't even have a name. They just call him the Muscle.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny, I still have that backrest from the chair, and they didn't even change the name. It was like the Muscle there. Hey, and I was like, when I was Rob, I'm like, can I have it? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I keep it. But yeah, the Muscle character supposed to be, because I remember even my manager, when she called me and she said like, you got the part, and it's supposed to be for 2 episodes. And I was fan of Stranger Things from the season 1, like, and I'm like, hell yeah, I take for 2 episodes. I take for 1, But Duffers watched the tape, and they like, scratch all of this out, and they went back to the drawing board, and they wrote me in 7 out of 8.
Like, amazing.
Yeah, it was interesting.
That was fun. I remember that day at the restaurant. I don't remember exactly how it went down, but they were like, I think I got a text from them, and they were like, he's not done in hair. They sent you back to the hair trailer. They were not happy.
That was the separate story. It's like its own story, the thing with my hair, because my hair is very soft and kind of thin, so it's not thick.
It's fine.
And yeah, it's fine. And then, like, they have to do this like a brush haircut, like Arnold had. And so I came to, and I didn't cut my hair because they said, 2 months, I think, or like a month and a half prior me coming to set, they said, don't cut your hair, don't do anything, just keep it as it is. So I'm coming to the hair makeup trailer, and girls like started to, they getting all of this information from Duffers, right? And they communicating, and they're like, okay, you have to like, you have to do this brush haircut. And they started to do it, and my hair just doesn't listen to what they.
It's supposed to be like a flat top.
Yes,
I think that's what they said me. They were like, they had these pictures from like Terminator, and they were like, right. Why didn't you make, this is what we want back with him. Like, he has this very thick
yes
top. and we're
Yep.
really so you came back. I think Bryn did your flat top, right? She
No, I think first time Erin did.
okay.
I think first time her.
Yeah,
That's she was doing my hair, and Breen was there and she was watching
right,
because they like that's two of us. We're gonna do it every time,
right.
so we have to know. So they did, and the first time I think for the first episode for that scene, they did like higher.
Right.
It was like a little bit too high.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. So it wasn't a flat top, but it started falling because it was hot.
Yes,
That
yes, because and it's my
yeah,
hair is soft, so they were putting all kind of different product, hair product in it to make it stand, and it still was kind of like falling, and they have to like keep it up,
it
and
was a
yeah,
learning curve.
yeah, yes, and then I think second time was also a little struggle, but then later on it just like they got it, like they started to make it a little lower, not that high, and
Yeah,
they got it finally, and it was like till the end it was like easy for them to
good
perform.
because you had so many action scenes. So
Oh
it's
yes,
actually
yes,
easy for hair and makeup to keep up with you. I mean, you were
yeah.
moving nonstop.
And the actions, like some actions were in the studio, in the facilities where like there is no much ventilation, like you cannot keep like fans up, you cannot like do AC or anything like that, so it adds because you're sweating, so hair started to go down. So yeah, I'm like, at some point I was thinking like, why didn't they just make a wig?
Well, that have other problems. A short wig in the summer in Atlanta, the glue is it can be quite, it can be a little bit uncomfortable. It's better if we can get it right with your own hair for you.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
so,
like if I wish I had like a better hair for you to
hey,
make
it
it
looked
easy.
great. It looked great. I think still at season 3, we still got people in like very much the day before. There was very little prep time. The last couple of years, people have been flown in like 3, 4 days before. There've been some testing. They've been wearing it around a
Mm-hmm.
little more. It's very difficult when it's like you land, you get one shot at it, and then the first time you really see it outside and with movement is the day of shooting, right? Because you go
Oh yeah,
to camera.
yeah,
So we've been lucky enough that with a lot of like a role like yours, where you were in all of the episode, basically, you get a little more time for it. But there's something really thrilling and exciting about it. Always works out. I mean, it does
absolutely.
work out. It's
Yeah,
you were doing most of your season with David, right? David and
yeah.
Lena. How was that?
It was great. It was
Yeah.
great. I think the that because David is my size, and it was fun to do it, with somebody my height, my size, because it would show, and it did show like a real struggle, two big boys like fighting, it's not like some like little dude and I beating him up, you know what I mean? So I think there was a very smart choice. I mean the choice, I would say, about me, because David obviously was there from season 1, but like if in like from the Duffer side, this was a smart choice, because like it's like two big guys and fighting. For I think for people, for the audience, it's more interesting, when it was like one guy bigger, another smaller, and in different movies and different TV shows, you see different outcomes. Little guys beat big guy, or vice versa, but over here, I think it was a smart choice, because like two power collided,
It
you know.
seems fair. It seems fair. It's like a
And
real, actually
like,
a real enemy. I mean, you can't have a little guy running around after this. I mean, David
yeah,
is a big guy.
yeah.
And believe
And
it. You have to believe it. That it's a
and exactly,
yeah,
it has to be believable. And
yeah.
you know, it's funny, like I'm like talking to different people in comic cons, and they also expressing that, you know, because of the same size, you know, and the same kind of like capabilities in the strength. it,
Uh-huh.
it was like, you know, this you know, pushing and pulling, kind of like David was dominating, and me was dominating most of the time. But at the end, David like got me and he killed me, you know. So for people, it was like really exciting to watch that, you know, different type of kind of like power waves through the season.
Yeah, it's so cool. How much rehearsal did you guys do?
As I think as you, we were lucky in that sense, because every fight we did rehearsal. uh yeah, every fight we had at least one rehearsal prior to that. And even, for example, like the lab fight in the lab, we actually had like a day before we had rehearsal. And then when we come, because we were shooting at night, that scene, and at the same night we were shooting that scene, we came early and we did another rehearsal. So it was pretty um we were pretty lucky, because fights were complicated too, you know. And that's why we shoot it in segments, because, you know, fights were like, it's a big fight. It's not like he punched me, I punch him, you know. It's like a whole sequence of different.
It's a dance. It's a
Yeah,
whole dance
yeah,
that you
yeah.
worked out and
Mhm.
pre-planned. You
but
just
we but we were lucky, because, you know, I tried to do all my fight scenes myself.
Mhm.
And even like, for example, that last fight at the Russian station, you know,
Right,
it was such a massive. It
right.
was like going from the cabin upstairs, going like start there, fighting there, then going out, then going downstairs, they going this way, then fighting here, then going, you know, along the cannon, going to in the middle of the cannon. And when the David kills me there, you know. And it was like, even I was like, no, I was like, I was gonna shoot it like all in one piece. And Hita was, no, we're gonna shoot in parts, because it was like, even to memorize, it was like very complicated, because like, say, massive fight, we shoot that fight, we shoot uh 3 days, we did 3 days 12 hours, and the fourth day I think we did 7 hours. It's a one fight we filmed,
Wow.
so it's practically 4 days.
Exhausting. You must be just
Yeah, I
beat
was like
that.
black and blue.
Yeah.
I was coming to the hotel, taking clothes off, I was black and blue.
Oh my.
Yeah. Mm.
So so is that because you get hit once in a while, or is it
It's because it was even with protection, you know. I was wearing like the corset kind of thing, you know. And sometimes like I was wearing hard corset on the back, sometimes soft, and I was wearing like elbows and knees, you know, protection. But it was so many contact with the hard objects, like, you know, perils on the stairs, you know, metal ones. And inside, like with the, you know, when David pushed me, hit me, I hit the like it's some like mechanical
right? I mean, just
yeah,
accidental stuff
metal.
when
Yeah,
you're
it's a
throwing each
lot of,
other
yeah, it's a
around.
lot of
Yeah.
things you hit in there, you know. And that's like, you obviously, you know, adrenaline is running high, and you don't like, you want to make the fight looks great, so you like
Right.
into that mood, you know. But when you come in the hotel and you like, oh, because like it's like everything's calm now. You like, you're not like in that fight heat anymore. Everything is calm, and you're like, oh man, I started to feel pain, and I'm like black and blue, and I'm like putting the Bengay everywhere, and I'm going to sleep, and I'm like, hopefully, like tomorrow I will be okay. And you're getting up, and you're like, okay, let's do it again and again and again.
My God, I don't. You guys were not really complaining at all.
No, I mean,
But you
like
also love it. You love it,
to
and it's
me, to
part
me,
of
to
it.
me,
Yeah.
I always, when I do project, I always think about quality of the project. To me, that's the most important. How the project will come out, for this to look great, for my scenes to look great, and that's what on my mind. So I don't complain because I'm like focused on the end result. And David did also. David, like, he was doing, because there was a second unit we were filming in that fight, and he was doing first unit somewhere, in the morning, and then I was filming that fight from the morning with his stunt double, and then he was coming to the second unit set from the first unit, and we doing, part of the fight with him. So yeah, it was
So many little parts to
yes.
the fight scenes.
Hmm.
Remember when we were shooting at that carnival?
Yes, that was another one.
That was really cool. I just remember there were so many long follow shots, but that
Yes.
was
Yeah.
more like movement of you
Yeah.
moving after
Yeah.
him, right?
Yeah.
And he was basically like climbing up like this giant children's playhouse and had to
Yes.
slide down.
Yes.
Were you coming after him in the slide?
No, I didn't slide. I went, that my scene before that was, I was walking through that carnival, and I was climbing, because it was, I think, like three-story, uh uh
Yes.
the three-story building, and I was climbing to the third floor, and then inside was, I mean, no, we shoot it separately in the studio, where there was like you remember that mirror room
Oh,
with
the mirror.
different mirrors. So it's supposed to be on top of that house. So, and I was climbing there, and then I was like, hunting David there, and he shot me there. And I'm going through the mirror, but I had a bulletproof vest, and then like some Russians coming out, and like to help me. And then I'm like taking the vest off, and I'm getting outside, and that's the last part we still shoot there at the amusement park, when I'm getting outside and I see David like jumping on into the slide and sliding down.
Yes. Because you standing down, looking up when that happens, you see him.
No, I'm standing on the same level, but
You
I'm
see him
I'm
take
just
off. Yes.
yeah, I'm just exiting, and I look. It's on the same level, but he's further down there, and I see he's jumping into that slide.
All those nights, I think it was like 5 nights we
Yeah,
were shooting
something.
there. And I think those last couple of nights, my memories are a little bit, you just start getting like a little bit
Oh yeah,
wonky.
especially when you're doing night shoots. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
and we had like, I think 500 backgrounds those days
Oh
too,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
shooting all the B-roll. And then
yeah.
you were, is that when Alexei, you have that Alexei scene?
Yes, that was another scene. Yes, we were shooting there where Alexei was with Brad Gelman.
Oh,
When they were like playing around and stuff like that, and then Brad went to get this hot dogs, and Alexei went to play, the throwing that metal arrow and bursting the air balloons, and he won that woodpecker, right? And when he was coming back, and Brett was on the kind of like a back side, and here me is coming through the crowd and shooting Alexei and keep walking, and that's
Devastating. How
so
is it
yeah,
to play the bad guy?
a very sad scene.
How is it to be the bad guy in a
I love it. I love
yeah.
it. Like, cause like I also you can, to me it's like, don't get me wrong. I would, as I'm saying, like I'm playing bad guys all my career, and I would like one day to play a good guy. Finally. But bad guys, I think it's easy to play because also like easy, but it's easier to play than a good guy because good guy has to have a certain standards. So there are certain let's say lines you cannot cross. You have to be these and these and these. With a bad guy you can be anything. So for me it's like it's fun. And with especially I'm like grateful to Duffers, especially with this character, because they trusted me through all these 7 months of shooting. I don't. They obviously they work with me, on different scenes, and they had like a slightly different recommendation how we gonna do, But they always trust me with my choice. They never. It was never discussion about how my character should be, because it's obviously the season 3 is a homage for 80s and 90s short TV shows and movies, right? So it's a lot of this like Die Hard and Terminator and Indiana Jones and all that stuff. But like particular my character was like molded, let's say, after Terminator, right? But Grigori is not a machine. So I want to keep the Terminator-ish vibe, but at the same time, I had to bring some sort of human being factor into this character as well. So which I did, and like the way I thought it should be, and I never got anything from Duffers saying like, yeah, maybe we should do it this way or that way. It was always about the scene. When they come, they talk about the scene, but they never talk about like how my character should be. You know what I mean? So I'm really grateful they gave me that, because as you know, not many directors out there that will say, okay, you decide, and you make a choice, and we go with this. And that's basically what happens. They obviously didn't tell me that, but without voicing it up, that's what happens on the season 3, and I'm really grateful for them to be that way and allow me.
Of trust in you.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
They kind of
absolutely.
just give you the outline of the feel they want, and then you get to paint your painting.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. You have a great day, and see you down the road.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.